a story the Target 12 investigators have been tracking for months. Rhode Island leaders are now weighing in on a review of the financially troubled veterans home.
Report put out by the National Guard yesterday finds costs jumped significantly when that new facility opened up in 2017. Erica Ritchie joining us live from the State House with the very latest.
Well, good morning, guys. That report is the result of a 2-month review by the National Guard of the books of that cash-strapped veterans home. Coincidentally, the results were released on the same day that here at the State House, the House Committee on Veterans Affairs was hearing three proposals related to the veterans home and some of the issues that we raised in some of our recent reporting. Now, the cash-strapped veterans home is about $2 million in the hole, and the report released yesterday that it's because spending is out of control, paying high employee overtime and a cleaning contract that tripled in cost when the old building was replaced with the new in 2017. At last night's State House hearing, committee members heard a plan to create a 9-member military and veterans oversight commission to prevent future situations like this.
Director Kasim is doing a good job, but first and foremost, he is a cabinet member of the governor's. Where as a joint oversight committee, as legislators, we answer first and foremost to our constituents, and that would be the veterans.
And coming up next half hour at 6:30, we're going to hear directly from Major General Christopher Callahan. He's the one who led the oversight and the review of the books of the veterans home. We're going to hear directly from him on his recommendations on how to begin to close that gap. For now, live in Providence, Erica Ritchie, Eyewitness News.
We have the latest on the budget crisis at the Rhode Island Veterans Home in Bristol.
So this facility facing a $2 million budget deficit. Now a new report outlining recommendations on how to rein in those costs. Erica Ritchie live at the State House this morning with the details.
Well, guys, good morning to you. It was at the governor's request that the National Guard stepped in to review the books of that cash-strapped veterans home in the wake of that budget deficit there. The Major General who led the effort says he had two goals: to stabilize the finances now and to look ahead to the future. It was Major General Christopher Callahan who was in charge of this. He released the report's findings yesterday. It was a 2-month review. The report suggesting out-of-control spending at the veterans home at the core of the problem, citing the cleaning contract as an example, going from almost $500,000 for the old building to more than $1.4 million when the new one was built in 2017. The report also identified employee overtime as a problem after the review found about 5 medical staff sick calls a day and 21 employees have been out on long-term leave. Here's how General Callahan proposes addressing at least these two issues.
We can probably draw down about 10 full-time employees per day in the cleaning realm. We need to put an HR person down in the sort of management realm of the home to get after the long-term absences, to get after the staffing models and things like that, so that you can get the accountability of who's at work, who's not at work, who may be a problem employee.
All right, and so coincidentally, here at the State House last night, a hearing was being conducted by the Veterans Affairs Committee, and they were looking at different ways to try and rein in some of this and create more accountability. One of the proposals that they heard was to create a House Oversight Committee there. It would be a 9-member military and veterans oversight commission. It's a means, once again, of additional accountability, not just for the veterans home, but also for the Veterans Cemetery, for the Guard Force, and for the Office of Veterans Affairs. That's the latest live in Providence this morning. I'm Erica Ritchie, Eyewitness News.